Hello, Leo. Michelle B here, and I did a monthly reading for you for April of 2021, and I went ahead. It's about 25-30 minutes long, and I uploaded it to Vimeo already. But I wanted to do just a quick overview for you guys for on YouTube so you could decide whether or not you wanted to switch over to Vimeo and see the whole thing. So real quick, I'll get started. What we like to start with is what to embrace and what to leave behind for the month ahead. And the information that we get from that will inform the vibe of the rest of the reading for the whole month. So what I got for what to embrace and what to leave behind, I got the Ace of Swords in reverse for what to embrace. And that means what it's trying to symbolize is allow your desires to manifest without having to control how it happens, without having to force it, without having to think hard, without having to scold people, without having to manipulate anyone. Just allowing your desires to flow. I'm looking over at my notes while I'm talking about this. And then for what to leave behind, I got the Knight of Wands, which was in reverse, and that's just reiterating this is what you're leaving behind. You're embracing the relaxation of not having to do everything yourself, and you're letting go of feeling that you have to come in full throttle with tons of energy, forcing things into place. Okay, so this month, the month of April, Leo, is all about chilling out and just enjoying the process as it goes. And now I move on in the big reading. I go on, like I said, for 25-30 minutes. And so I go further in depth. So if you have any questions about it, make sure and check out that video. But I talk about your purpose, which is like what you do in the world that brings you joy, but also benefits other people. That's your sole purpose for being on this planet. And then your prosperity and abundance, for like what you need to know for the month ahead, for your prosperity, for your wealth, for your health. And then I look at your love prospects. So for the purpose, the card that I got was the Four of Swords, which is all about, it's reiterating what I was talking about with the what to embrace and what to leave behind. It's all about kicking back and making a plan. So you're like in the middle of a struggle, you're in the middle of a battle, and you take a rest. You ask for a divine intervention for your further struggles into the future. And you're also creating a stable plan. The number 4 symbolizes stability, like the 4 pegs of a table or the 4 legs of a chair. So it represents creating stability for yourself in the middle of a project, in the middle of a battle. So taking a break for just a little bit and rethinking your plan ahead. And a lot of it is just rethinking your strategy, whereas you were forcing yourself and rushing into creating what you wanted and not really thinking very far ahead. And now you're like, okay, well, that wasn't working. I was trying to force it to happen, but it wasn't working. So I'm going to just step back, take a break from this, and just see see what's going on. For your prosperity and abundance, that's your wealth, your food, your shelter, your health. This is all the material things we need in this very material existence in order to feel safe and secure, and then by extension to feel free. To feel free to do whatever we want to do whenever we want. The Wheel of Fortune came up in the reverse to represent your messages for the month of April, Leo. It talks about allowing, because right now you're not really allowing things as you're transitioning into April. You haven't really been allowing fate to run its course. So I don't really believe in a full fate. Just to let you know what my opinion is, nothing is set in stone for our path in this world. We get to create a lot of it ourselves. But it's our fate is dependent instead on our emotional state. Fate is your emotional state. Ooh, goodness, I like how that sounds. So when your emotional state is positive, then the winds of change will bring you positive developments. When your attitude is negative and forceful, stoic, that's what the winds of change are going to bring you instead. The universe is conspiring to bring you exactly what you ask for. And that's what the Wheel of Fortune is all about. So you can pivot that wheel to suddenly change things from scarcity, to change things from scarcity to abundance, just for you. Okay, so finally we're looking at your love prospects for the month of April. I had 2 cards that came up. One of them was the 5 of Wands in reverse, and the other one was the 4 of Wands. Now, what I explain as I go in depth in the main reading that I go on for a long time with, I explained that I look at 3 different possible scenarios, even though I know that all the potential love situations for all the Leos out there can be on a spectrum anywhere in between. Really, all the advice that I give from those three scenarios can be useful and pertinent to anyone in any scenario. But what I look at is people that are in a committed relationship, people who are desiring a committed relationship, and people who are not in a committed relationship but still want guidance on self-love and the intimate connections that they're in as it is. So anyway, so I got the 4 of Wands upright, the 5 of Wands in reverse, talking about an internal conflict when it comes to commitment, feeling like it's got to be hard somehow. all of these energies are like, I get what I think I deserve, which is I deserve to have to work really hard and force things in order to get what I want. The universe is like, well, your wish is my command. If you think it's got to be hard, then here you go. But you can change that. You can change your relationships from being full of drama to being relaxed. What did I write in my notes? Conflict and commitment internally or with a partner. Time to pull back from forcing your will in all relationship states. So it's not about forcing your will, it's about the collaboration. It's not all about what you want in a relationship, right? Now, when it comes to being in an unhealthy connection, you do need to be mindful about that, but you're not trying to force someone else's will. You're just saying, this is what I will, these are my boundaries, this is what I will tolerate and what I won't. Okay, so this is where I leave off, Leo. The link for the Vimeo is in the description box below. Like I said, it goes on 25 or 30 minutes in depth on all those topics that I talked about. If this is where we leave off, I bid you adieu and I love you. And please check out all my other readings. I do post weekly readings for sure, so make sure you're subscribed. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, Leo.